Fats. No one wants them, yet everyone struggles with them. Reducing body fat content to a healthy 8 to 15% for men or 14 to 20% for women is the absolute best way to improve the quality of your life, to be healthier, look better, and to live longer. Today, we will go over 10 practical ways in which you can achieve your fat loss goals. Just remember that life is not a Biggest Loser TV show. You can only make sustainable changes by making consistent improvements that you can stick to. Take baby steps, maybe start with embracing just a couple of these tips, and do more as you continue your journey. I will go into further details about all of these topics in future videos, so stay tuned. Let's start. Alright, number 1, reduce your sugar consumption. A glass of orange juice has 6 heaped teaspoons of sugar. A can of Coke has 8. Your body is not used to get this high dose of sugar so quickly. Yes, that's how long it takes. This much sugar will result in high insulin response, which is just not healthy. You ideally want your insulin response to be more consistent. As a basic rule, you only want sugars with high fiber foods, and add protein to it if possible, like a morning protein smoothie, to increase your healthy calorie intake and improve satiety. You generally want to avoid foods which contain high fats and high sugar at the same time, like cakes and donuts. And you want to embrace low-calorie sweeteners like sucralose or stevia. The idea is not to build dependency on these sweeteners, but instead to utilize them to help you reduce sugar cravings in a more practical way. Start by using them in your coffee and tea and see how it goes. Number 2, on the same note, you want to reduce your carb consumption. Low-fiber carbohydrates like potatoes, white rice, and white bread have high glycemic index, which means that they spike your blood sugar just as fast as sugared beverages like Coke would, thus leading to a spike in insulin response. Switch these foods with their brown or high fiber counterparts like sweet potatoes or brown rice for a quick and easy fix. Number 3, nutrition trumps exercise for fat loss. Exercise is great for your body. It has tremendous health benefits and it can make you look like a Marvel superhero, but it is not going to help you much with fat loss. Keep in mind the 80-20 principle when it comes to exercise and fat loss in general. 80% of your fat loss will come from building healthy eating habits, which comprises of a whole foods-based diet. The other 20% is exercise. For basics, you want to consume less calorie than what your body can utilize in a day, which for most people is somewhere between 1500 to 2500 calories. Of course, just be smart about it and don't just consume the amount in an unhealthy fashion.
But I really like pizza and I'm sure I can burn it off.
No, you can't. Moving over to the next topic. Alright, not yet, but you seriously can't. I used to eat a medium pizza from Domino's, for example, which had 1120 calories. To burn that off, I would have to cycle at a moderate intensity for just about 2 hours, which is simply not practical. And this calorie count is for a healthier thin crust pizza. A regular pizza with toppings usually exceeds 2000 calories, already hitting the daily calorie intake out of the park for most people aiming for fat loss. You can see how unrealistic it becomes to burn it off. Remember that you can't sweat off an unhealthy diet. Get smart about your fat intake. You want to consume a good amount of poly and mono-saturated fats. Good sources of these fats are high oleic sunflower oil, olive oil, avocado oil, walnuts, almonds. Plus you want to consume some saturated fats as well, like coconut oil or ghee from a grass-fed cow. Make sure you consume absolutely no trans fats, common sources of which are hydrogenated oils like the ones used for deep frying foods, pastries, Indian pickles, margarine, etc. As a tip, try to get majority of your fat intake from your home cooked food so you know what you're putting inside your body. Increase your protein intake. Vegetables are great, but eating them alone would not give you enough satisfaction and a general full feeling. You want to substitute the gap left behind by reduced fat and sugar intake with high protein foods like lentils, chickpeas, low fat, low sodium cottage cheese, organic tofu, soy protein, Greek or Icelandic yogurt, and mycoprotein. Monitor your calorie consumption. You can use an app like MyFitnessPal to track and monitor your calorie consumption. I admit that it is a difficult habit to build, but I would implore you to try it out for just 3 days to really get an understanding of what you're eating. I can bet that it will surprise you. I will link a calorie calculator in the description alongside this app. Intermittent fasting. Is breakfast the most important meal of the day? No, it's not. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are old concepts that are valid in many cases but are not rules. Intermittent fasting is simply fasting for 16 hours a day and limiting your food intake to the remaining 8 hours to maybe 2 to 3 meals. For example, you could decide that you only eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The best part is that it is not a restrictive diet, but actually a pattern of eating, so we are not changing what you eat, but just when you eat it. It works because our body enters a fasted state after 12 hours of not eating, which makes your body burn fats at an accelerated pace from 12 to 16 hour time frame. For the last 2 points, we will go over the exercises. Resistance training. Having a solid science-based foundation on nutrition is the most important thing, but to really kick off your fat loss into high gear, you need to work on your muscles. Increasing the muscle mass not only helps you burn off more calories faster, but also the process itself causes tears and repairs of muscles, which increases your body's calorie consumption for about 6 to 8 hours after a workout. And finally, number 10, cardio. And cardio itself can be divided into 2 groups. High intensity cardio, which is like sprints, and low intensity steady state cardio like walking or light jogging. Ideally, you want to do both multiple times every week to not only get the best results, but also keep things interesting and fun. As a summary, reduce the sugar and refined carb consumption. Remember that having a healthy diet is the key to fat loss. You can't sweat off an unhealthy diet. Do not be afraid of fats, just be conscious of eating the good ones. Monitor your calorie consumption and increase your protein intake to meet your caloric need. And try intermittent fasting as a quick and easy habit change. Remember to work on your muscles and also do some cardio in the end. And with all these tips, I'm sure you will achieve your fat loss goals. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. We will be going over all these topics in more detail in future videos, but we are just starting this channel, so show us some love and give this video a like. If you like this content and want to learn more about living a healthier and happier life, then please subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss new videos which will be out every week. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.